Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching one from. I am Krista, and you are watching Heart to Heart with the Breakfast Club. We are all digital business owners and work online. Our intention is to have open dialogue about various subjects and hopefully get you thinking. Please keep in mind we are expressing our own opinions and drawing from our own experiences. We value everyone's opinions and beliefs and would love to hear from you. Our topic today is focusing on your goal. Focusing on your goals helps to provide clarity and direction about what you want to achieve, which will help you stay motivated. When you concentrate all of your effort, resources, and energy on your objective, you eliminate the noise and distractions that often accompany multitasking and scattered attention. Having too many goals can complicate your life, excuse me, your mind. Your mind doesn't know which one to focus on, and so you end up being mediocre in your tasks and you are unable to do as good a job as you would like to, and your goals never get met. One of the aspects I love about our business model is that it is tailor made for us. All the system tools are provided, so once we are set up, we only need to concentrate on one thing: attraction marketing, showing people we have a valuable business model to offer them. So we get to focus our attention on the most important aspect of our business and learn to do it well. This is why our system has been proven to be so successful to thousands of people all over the world. I am sure you know what I'm talking about. Think about when you've had a single goal to focus on versus many tasks or goals. Which one did you accomplish? I bet it was the one where you were laser focused on. Okay, let's go to the girls and see what they have to say. All right, Tina, what do you think?
This has been a huge challenge for me. Definitely that I'm most noticeable in my adult years because I get so distracted so easily. So it is a challenge for me to focus. But with the tools that I've learned from this business, it's taught me how to bring it all in and, kind of lay out my tasks one by one and focus on that one task and really try to block out any distractions so I can complete those tasks and reach the goal. But it's an ongoing process for sure. I get distracted at home because I work from home. I think that is another thing that people struggle with too, working from home, is staying focused because, oh, while I'm working, I can do laundry, or oh, while I'm working, I can prepare, lunch or dinner. Or I could do all of these tasks because you see them, they're in front of you all the time. But it's just like you gotta block it all out and then keep your eye on that task and get it done and complete it. But yes, it's good to have a guideline for sure to follow because then it helps you achieve your goals. Thanks.
Thank you, Tina. You're so right. Keep your eye on the prize, right? Like what your end goal is, and just keep aiming towards that end goal. Okay, Janice.
Thanks, Krista. Tina, you made some amazing points there. Yeah, I can totally relate. Yes, working from home does present the problem of not being able to focus on one single thing and in procrastination. I think procrastination is one of the things that stops me sometimes from being successful. I don't want to, for example, follow up. I don't want to, do something that is supposedly on my list, but I know that being successful, I need to do these things. So, just as an example of following up and doing things, you get all of these various, you get your bills come to the house, and I like paper bills. I don't like to have the electronic. Okay. I'm old school, and I still like to be able to, because you can't go back. Even if you ask for your bank bill, it'll only go back so many months when you're looking online. And then if you want to see the whole thing, then you have to call them, and they will then, they'll send it to you eventually. But anyway, I thought, well, I've got a bunch of things here, and I haven't got my taxes done yet. So I thought, okay, well, I got to get that organized. And I keep my stuff in, a couple of these big boxes, things that I don't really use on a regular basis. So yesterday, from my procrastination, I thought, I am going to get this started and done. And that's exactly what I did. So I have a feeling of being successful, that I've actually got it all sort of started. And I've got to finish up a bunch of things today, and then I will be able to get on to the taxes once I've got the rest of the paperwork done. But it's just like being able, just like in our own business, we have to be laser focused and stay on the task and not get distracted, and don't procrastinate at what it is you may happen to come along your way to sort of stop you, because it's those distractions that promote the procrastination, because you get on to the next thing and it's like, oh yeah, I was doing whatever, and now I have to go back. But because it's March break, I do get a bit of a week to sort of get onto it and get it done, which, I was so looking forward to it. So I can hardly wait to get the paperwork done. Then I can go and tackle the closets or something else. Thanks, Krista.
Thanks, Janice. Yeah, so many great points. And just keeping your eye on where you want to go and why you want to get there. That keeps you motivated as well, like your why. And we're always talking about that, right? Like your why brings you back to the focus. Why am I doing this? Is another way to keep yourself on track. Okay, Pam, your turn.
Good morning, everyone. And I can relate to each and every one of you, because I'm truly a squirrel in myself. And I think a lot of that comes from working away from the house too, because you get up in the morning and you have to go to your job, then you have to get certain things done before you leave the house. But my thing is taking things for granted. For example, last year when we went to Mexico, I was like a kid in a candy store, because I didn't know where to go and what to choose when I was traveling. That was the first time this little girl was out of her element in the big world, because that was the first time I was ever outside the country. And I flew alone, and my family wasn't too fussy about me traveling alone in the big world, because Pam, you're going all by yourself. I said, but there's all kinds of people there, and I just have to follow them. So I got my ticket and off I went, only to get to the airport and I was to the wrong one. So my goal was to get on that plane to get to Mexico for my meetup. But how was I going to get there? I only had this length of time to get to where I was supposed to be going. And I'm going, oh, and my ride had just left the airport. So there was no way I could catch them to get me to the other airport. So I went outside, and this missus said, you got to catch the shuttle, and then you're going to be there. No one knows if you're going to make it or not. So I went outside and I was going, oh, I'm not missing this flight. And this taxi pulled up and he said, are you having problems, ma'am? I said, look at my ticket. I need to get to this airport to make this flight. He said, you get aboard. I'll get you there. And it so happened that I had cash on me, because I don't always bring a lot of cash on me. But I had some on me that day. And one night when he got me there, he said, you're on time, you'll make it. I said, thank you. And I gave him what cash I had. And he said, oh, you don't need to. I said, I do. Thank you. So don't take things for granted. Make sure you get everything checked off your list. Because when you're a squirrel, you're doing this and doing that, and you're not doing anything really thorough like you should be. So focus on one thing at a time. And now that I've joined a business and I see how things is laid out, because in our training, you come through the different stages. The different ports is there for you to go in and to check out your training before you move on to the next section. And if you miss a step, you have to go back. So Pammy have learned, take one thing at a time and focus on one thing. That's for me, girls. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Yeah, great points. And yeah, I love that about our training as well. It's got its tabs, and okay, once you're done tab 1, you go to 2 and 3 and 4, right? It's all laid out for us. I love that. And I could totally relate to your being lost. Before they brought out the GPSs on our phones, I was constantly lost. I don't think anybody's done more U-turns than me in their whole entire life. So I totally get that. But keep your focus on where you're going and you'll eventually get there. That's a perfect example, being lost for sure. I love that. Okay, so there you go, everyone. I hope you could relate to our discussion today. Yeah, there were some really great points. And I hope it gave you some food for thought. If it sparked your interest at all and you're open to finding out more, register for our free information session happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the website of the person's page you're watching from and register, or send them off a message and they will make sure you get the website to register. A replay is available as well if this time frame doesn't work for you. One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Tony Robbins. So there you go, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm signing off now. Take care.